Have you ever felt a creeping sense of dread, a feeling that the world you know is just a fragile facade? Ancient whispers, echoing through millennia, speak of an entity far older than humanity itself, a being that walks among us, unseen by most. They call it the crawling chaos, the soul of chaos. It is not a distant, sleeping god in a far-off galaxy. It is here, now, and it has been here all along. This being is a messenger, an emissary of forces so vast and alien that our minds would shatter trying to comprehend them. Unlike the silent titans slumbering in the dark between the stars, this one is active. It takes a keen interest in our fledgling species, directly interacting with humanity not out of benevolence, but for its own unknowable and likely malevolent purposes. It is a master of disguise, a shapeshifter of infinite forms. Across history, it has appeared in countless guises. In the sands of ancient Egypt, it walked as a tall, swarthy pharaoh, a dark king who brought with him strange sciences and prophecies that drove men to madness. He would gather crowds in the public square, demonstrating bizarre and unsettling devices that seemed to warp reality itself, leaving his audiences forever changed, their perceptions of the world irrevocably twisted. These gatherings were not for enlightenment, but to sow the seeds of chaos and despair. This dark pharaoh was just one of its many masks. It has been a prophet in a forgotten desert, a revolutionary leader in a teeming city, a charismatic artist whose work inspires obsession and self-destruction. Each avatar is perfectly crafted to exploit the fears and desires of the era. It doesn't need to use brute force. Its greatest weapon is knowledge. It whispers secrets into the ears of scientists, politicians, and visionary secrets that lead to technological marvels. Yes, but also to ruinous wars, societal collapse, and the erosion of sanity on a global scale. It understands us better than we understand ourselves. It knows the precise pressure points of our civilization, the exact words to ignite paranoia, the perfect image to instill deep-seated fear. It plays with us like a child plays with ants, not out of simple cruelty, but with the detached curiosity of a being for whom our entire existence is a fleeting, amusing experiment. Its goal is not outright destruction, but a far more terrifying outcome: the slow, deliberate unraveling of our minds and our world. It wants us to be the architects of our own downfall. Think of the moments in history that defy rational explanation. Put the sudden rise of fanatical cults, the inexplicable spread of mass hysteria, the moments when societies seem to turn on themselves with a terrifying, self-destructive fervor. Look closer at the shadows of these events, and you might sense its presence. It is the puppet master pulling the strings, the unseen director of a grand, tragic play where humanity is the star, destined for a final, chaotic act. This entity is often described not as a single creature, but as a will, a conscious force of chaos. One of its most dreaded forms is a monstrous, pulsating mass of tentacles and mouths, a truly alien shape that belies its sophisticated, manipulative intelligence. But you are unlikely to ever see that form. you are far more likely to encounter it as a person, someone charming, persuasive, and utterly convincing. It could be the charismatic new leader everyone is talking about, or the quiet stranger who shares a world-altering idea that sounds too good to be true. It revels in the irony of our own intelligence being used against us. The very tools we create to advance and understand our world's science, philosophy, art are the instruments it uses to orchestrate our madness. It feeds on our ambition, our curiosity, and our desperate need for answers in a meaningless cosmos. It offers us answers, but they are poison disguised as truth. The most disturbing part is its connection to the ultimate powers of the universe, the outer gods. These are the true deities of existence, mindless, bubbling nuclear chaos at the center of all things. They are kept placated by the ceaseless piping of demonic flutes, and the crawling chaos is their will and their messenger. Should that music ever stop, should the whims of this emissary dictate it, the mindless gods would awaken, and all of creation would be unmade in an instant. So, it is not just a harbinger of social collapse. It is a walking, talking avatar of cosmic apocalypse. Its presence on Earth is a constant, quiet threat. It's not a matter of if it will bring about our end, but when and how. And it will be a spectacle of its own design, a symphony of insanity conducted by the one being that truly understands the terrifying music of the spheres. While ancient legends and obscure texts are filled with warnings, they offer no solutions, no ways to fight back. How do you fight an idea? How do you defeat a being that can be anyone, anywhere, at any time? How do you protect your mind from a truth so vast and terrible that to know it is to be driven insane? You can't. The only thing you can do is be aware when you see the world descending into madness, when reason seems to flee from the hearts of men. Ask yourself, who is conducting this orchestra of chaos? Perhaps, just perhaps, you'll catch a glimpse of the Dark Pharaoh smiling in the shadows, enjoying the show, his show, a performance that has been running since the dawn of man, with the final curtain call drawing ever closer. The tale of the crawling chaos is a chilling reminder that we are not alone in the universe, and that not all visitors come in peace. It is a story that forces us to question the very foundations of our reality, and to consider the terrifying possibility that our civilization is nothing more than a plaything for an ancient cosmic entity. Be careful what you seek in the dark, for you may just find it, and it may be wearing a very familiar face. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the shadows. If you want to explore more of the universe's hidden horrors, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Stay curious, but stay safe.